got backwards. Good morning. I was having trouble with, I don't know if it was YouTube or my internet. I'm not real sure. Had some issues this morning, so glad to see that you're here with me. Let me switch this around. Try this and this. Yeah, okay. I hope you've had a good weekend, and I hope your weekend continues through today. I'm teaching online and then at the Y. The Y closed yesterday on the holiday, so I don't get a makeup holiday. But it was a good weekend. We went to the pool and played with grandkids and had a picnic and fireworks and all that stuff. So we're going to play with some planks today in a lot of different ways. So building up some shoulder strength. Let's meet on that. We'll start on our backs. And a strap could be helpful, but not absolutely necessary. So as you come to your back, let's just start moving right away. So nice good morning stretch. Maybe a yawn. Remember how good those yawns are for us. And then exhale. Draw the knees into the chest. Now let's circle and move. Just explore. I don't know if it's going to rain today or not. My weather station's got the little gloomy cloud with raindrops coming out of it, so we'll see what happens. In this heat, we could probably use some more already, huh? And then a nice good morning stretch. Now in your stretch, I want you to take your right hand, your right wrist, and your left hand, and we're going to end up looking like the shape of a banana. So I'm marking over to the left, and then walk your feet over to the left and cross your right ankle over your left. So I look like a banana. Nice side bend. Breathe into the right ribs. And go back to center and switch. So crawl those feet over to the right. Pull the torso to the right. Left ankle on top of right. You can even kind of give your left arm a little pull. And back to the center. Draw the right knee in. Keep that left leg active. Flexing the foot, maybe some circles through your right hip, one direction. The other. We'll circle through the right ankle as well. And now lift your left hand. I want you to squeeze your left fingers together as you squeeze your toes. So you make a fist with your toes and your fingers and then spread wide. We'll do 4 more of these. 1, 2. Squeeze as tight as you can and stretch as wide as you can. 3. And 1 more. I'll drop the left hand down. Open the right knee to the right. Maybe point and flex the ankle now, like you're pressing on the gas and then letting go. And come to center. Draw the knee across the body. Take the gaze to the right and the knee to the left. Now come onto your back. Keep the right foot where it is, so crossed over the left thigh. Bend your left knee and let's come up in a number 4 hip stretch. Use your legs to draw the legs closer to the belly. Now reach in front of your left shin. If you don't make it out that far, you can take the hands underneath the calf and lace the fingers around the thigh. Pause here and notice. Now if you have a strap, place the strap around the right foot. If not, you can just hang on to your thigh or your calf. We'll extend that leg up and play a little bit here, stretching and then kind of softening, releasing the hamstring muscles back here. Probably still tight from being curled. If you sleep like me, you're curled up in a ball. And then come to stillness. Now let's take the whole leg out to the right, left arm out on the floor. And back to center. And we'll cross that leg over, just like we did when the knee was bent. Now keep the right leg over there, bend the left knee. We're going to end up in a crossed leg position, so eagle legs. You can leave the strap on your foot, it won't be in the way. Bring your arms into the shape of goddess or a soft little W and draw the knees up to the chest here. And now twist. Keep the knees stacked in goddess or in eagle. Arms in goddess, and we're going to drop the knees to the left and the gaze to the right. And back to center. Unwind everything, legs out long. Just pause and notice. Sensation left leg, sensation right leg. Okay, second side, left knee in. Hold it in here. Maybe some circles through the hip. Keep your right leg in line with your hip and keep that foot flexed, starting to activate all the muscles on the right leg. And then pause the movement in the left hip. Do some movement through the ankle. Several in one direction, several in the other. Fist time, so fist with fingers, fist with toes, total of 5. I've got 3 more. Last one. And bring the right arm down, open that left knee to the left. And bring it to the center, guide it across to the right. It's a little twist here. Take your gaze off to the left. Now keep the left foot where it is. We're going to roll onto the back, drawing the right foot to the mat and coming up into number 4 on this side. Adjust the pelvis if you need to. And then use the legs. Lift the thighs closer. We're reaching the left knee away as we draw the left ankle closer to the chest. Now you can lace your fingers in front of your right shin or in front of the right thigh. Pause here, feel the stretch. And then get your strap. And we'll extend the right leg long out onto the mat, left leg long. Foot points up towards the ceiling. And then a little bend and straighten through the left leg. Looking for some sensation. You'll feel it especially in the hamstrings, but if you keep this foot flexed, especially if you're actively flexing it instead of using the strap to pull your foot into flexion, drawing those toes, you'll feel the stretch in the calf muscle. Now we're going to open out to the left, take the gaze to the right, and then over to the left, or over to the right, take the gaze to the left. Crossing the knees as you roll onto the back. You can leave the strap on the foot if you're using a strap, or just kick it off. And with the knees crossed nice and tight, try to seal the thighs. Now we're going to lift, just using the legs. And take this into a twist. Dropping the knees to the right and gaze to the left. Arms out here in goddess or just a soft T shape. And come back to center, unwind those knees, bring both knees into the chest again. Let's take a gentle, happy baby. So just an easy one. You don't Have to stretch and reach clear down there to the soles of the feet unless that feels good. Oh, let's come up to a seat. So rock and roll. Warm the shoulders up a bit before we get started in all of our planks this morning. Bring your hands to heart. Drop your shoulders out of your ears. And now let's roll. So keep the hands together. Anjali Mudra and roll through the shoulders. Reversing that direction. Swing your arms up. Drop the right arm down. We'll take that side bend, kind of like we did our banana on our back. Now it's just the torso. And then launch up and over. Second side. Keep the sit bones glued down so you're reaching in both directions. Let's do one more each side. And then back up to center. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale the hands home to the heart. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, right arm over left. Give yourself a nice hug. Breathe in between the shoulder blades. One more big breath. And then inhale, open again. Lift the heart with this one. So arms come back, shoulder blades come close to the spine. Then exhale, left arm over right. Breathe into the armpits this time, big puffy armpits. Expand that rib cage as much as you can. One more. And gently open. Let's switch the cross of the legs. We'll take a nice easy twist. So just twist to the right. Take the gaze over the right shoulder. Once you get here, let your mind start at the lumbar spine, so the low back. Gently deepening the twist there, and then moving to the rib cage spine, the thoracic spine. Deepen the stretch there, the twist, and then take your gaze a little deeper over the right shoulder. And before you completely leave the twist, take your gaze over the left shoulder. And then unwind. We'll take the second side. So awareness is in the lumbar spine initially, and then the rib cage, and then take the gaze a little further over the left shoulder. And before you unwind the rib cage, take the gaze over the right shoulder. And then unwind. That's kind of fun. Kind of let that twist unwind on its own. Meet me in table. We'll do just a few cat-cow. Inhale into cow, stretch the belly. And exhale into cat. As you come into cow, make sure the belly comes way down there towards the mat. And then if you jut your chin forward, as you look up, you get a nice stretch in the front of the neck. And then round into cat. One more time. Jut your chin forward like you have an underbite. And then round the spine. Let's reach back with the right foot. Come onto the ball of the foot and then press through the heel. We'll keep stretching the back of the legs. Now lift the right leg and reach out with the left hand. Thumb is up. Coming into our bird dog. Reaching in both directions. Pushing through the heel of the right foot. Reaching through the fingers of the left hand. Two more breaths here. Stay strong on that right hand. And then back to table. Switch sides, left leg back, ball of the foot. Get a nice stretch, press back through the heel. Stay strong in the shoulders. Now lift your right hand, lift your left leg. Keep the leg in line with the hip. So the hips are still parallel to the floor. Reach in both directions. Spread the toes, spread the fingers. And then back to table. Now we're going to come into a plank, but we're going through plank to get to kneeling plank. So right foot back, left foot back. Drop your knees. Now you're in kneeling plank. Tops of the feet on the mat. Stay strong in the arms, and then we're going to sit back in child's. And right away, tuck your chin, reach forward with your spine. And as you come forward, let the hips drop, bend the knees, and bring the heels up towards your back. Lift the gaze. And then exhale back. So a little modified up dog or high cobra. Stretching now the fronts of the thighs as we come forward. Hip flexors, quads. You can still do that chin jutting. And back. Let's do 3 more of these. More. Feel the sensation in the quads as you come into this modification of cobra or up dog. Last one. And now come back in child's. And as you arrive in child's, bring the hands together in Anjali Mudra. Bring the forehead to the mat. I'm going to come down briefly. And then bend the elbows. And so the prayer is right above the back of your head. And you can move through the wrists and the fingers. I've got my head lifted for the mic. Breathe up and down the spine. Line the hands up with the shoulders and come back up to table. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Let's pedal it out. Find space here in your down dog. Make sure the feet are hip distance apart. Tuck your chin. We're going to ripple forward into plank. Unfurl the head and then back to down dog. Well, let's take 4 more of these. Staying strong in the shoulders, supporting the shoulders. Being mindful of the wrists. 2 more. It's a nice stretch in the shoulder blade area back there. Last one. Now drop your knees. Kickstand your right shin out to the right. We're going to come into a modified side plank, Vashisthasana. So I'm reaching along with the left leg. Bearing weight on the right hand and the right knee. Reach up with that left arm. Maybe you swing that left arm up by your ear. Keep the toe down on the mat. And reach in both directions now. Reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the toes. Breathe. You're back to table. And we'll take the second side. Right, left shin out. And right leg back. Swing the right arm up by the ear. And reach in both directions. Vashisthasana. Come to table, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Swing your right leg back and up. Now step it forward. Coming into a lunge. Let's rise up in our lunge. Feet on railroad tracks. Drop the left knee just a bit. Tuck the tailbone and then reach through the heel. Bring your arms up by your ears. Bring your hands together and bend at the elbows again. And the prayer, the fingers can point down between the shoulder blades. Maybe you lift your heart. Maybe you lift your gaze. Now fold forward on your exhale. We're going to bring the left hand down and open up the right toes to the right. Now I'm spinning to the outside of my left foot, coming into a modified side plank here. Reach up with the right arm. I'm reaching to the pinky toe edge. Reach up with the left arm. I'm reaching to the pinky toe edge of the left foot. I think I'm screwing up the arm. Let's see. So it should be right arm. Right arm, left foot. I'm telling you when I twist. I breathe. And then unwind this. Step back into plank. Come to the knees. And let's take another child's pose. Wiggle through the fingers. Circle the wrists. And back up to table. Tuck the toes. Down dog. Pedal it out a bit if it feels good. It always feels good, huh? And then swing the left leg back and up. Step it forward. Finding your lunge. And then rise up. Set your lunge up. And let's bring the arms into goddess this time. Lift the gaze. Maybe. And hold. Find stillness. It's very still outside right now. But now we're going to fold forward. Take the right hand to the mat, under your shoulder, maybe a little further out. Now, right foot, I'm going to come to pinky toe edge. Left toes start to point out. So externally rotating. You can heel toe that foot wherever it's comfortable. Reach up and over. First, we'll start up towards the ceiling. I think that's where I had you last time. Let's stay there. Breathe. Spread the fingers. And unwind. Drop your knees and come to the mat. Let's find crocodile. Stack the hands, bring the forehead to the back of the hands, bend the knees. Now windshield wiper this shin side to side. And eventually find stillness, bring the shins back down. And feel the breath up and down the spine. We'll be on our wrists quite a bit, so every time we take a little break, it might not be a bad idea to just massage a little bit. Keep some awareness there. Now bring your hands by your armpits. Let's find down dog. Swing your right leg back and up. Step it forward. We're going to come up in warrior one, so a little external rotation of that back foot. And rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Arms up by the ears. And breathe. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Now swing your arms behind you, lace your fingers. Open through the front chest, push the knuckles down. And lean forward on your exhale, supporting the right side of your chest on your thigh. Reach up high with the fist and let the head hang. Breathe. Now release your hands to the inside of the right foot. We're going to pivot around into Prasarada, facing your left. Walk the wrists underneath the shoulders. Pause here, so kind of a halfway lift. Roll the inner thighs inward. Reach to the pinky toe edge of the feet. And then fold at the hips. Let the head come down. And walk your hands in line with the feet. 2 more breaths. And then walk back to the top of the mat. Let's step back in plank. But walk your feet wide, left and right edges of the mat. Drop your heels to the right. So another side plank, both legs are long. Reach up with the left hand. And breathe. 3 more breaths here. Unwind. Drop the knees. We'll come into that modified up dog, modified cobra, hips down, gaze up. Come back into down dog. Now lift the left leg back and up. Step it forward. Coming up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Arms by ears. Hands behind you, lace the fingers. And fold forward, humble warrior. Reach up with the fist. Let the crown of the head hang. And even kind of shake the head a little bit here to loosen up the cervical spine. And take both hands to the inside of the left foot. We're going to walk to your right. Prasarada. Line your feet up. Wrists underneath the shoulders. And then roll thighs inward as you reach to the pinky toe edge of the feet. Feel that space you open up in the back. And this time maybe turn the fingers so they point behind you. Walk those hands back further. Just a gentle pull with the hands to fold into this a little deeper. You can always keep a little softness in the knees. And breathe. Let's walk the hands to the top of the mat, finding plank. Walk the feet wide. And then tip the heels to the left. Coming into a side plank here. Breathe. Side planks take a lot of upper body strength. 2 more breaths. And then unwind. Drop the knees. Come to the belly. And let's take another crocodile. Work those wrists and the hands. And then find some stillness. If it feels good to windshield wiper the shins, do that. Three more breaths. And meet me in table. And from table, bring the right foot forward and then come onto the right heel. So we're up on the left knee. Keep the toes flexed. And then walk back. See if you can, my foot's gonna get hung up on my mat. See if you can sit back on your left heel. Tuck the toes of the left foot. And sit back. And see if you can bring your hands behind you. Lace the fingers. And fold forward here. Let's take some balance. Now keep the hands there and see if you can come back to your kneeling lunge. Keep the hands there. See if you can lift up onto that right foot. Lift the left leg. And come into a warrior 3. Release the hands, step back in warrior 1. Arms by the ears. Fold forward. Both hands, let's frame the foot. We'll step back in plank. And we'll take that side plank again. Heels to the right. And lift up with the left arm. Now see if you can stack the feet. Back to plank. Let's take a down dog. And then ripple forward, drop the knees. And we'll take the second side. So bringing the left foot forward. Come onto your heel. Tuck the toes of the right. Start your journey back there. My foot's gonna get hung up again. And then once you get here, see if you can bring the hands behind you, lace the fingers, fold. That's an intense stretch on that side for my foot. And come into your kneeling lunge again. Toes are already tucked back there, so let's rise up. And come into a warrior three or a modification. And then step back in warrior one, release the hands, swing your arms up by your ears, frame the foot, plank, to side plank, heels to the left. And maybe you lift the right leg and stack it on top of the left. And unwinding. Take down dog. Bring your gaze between your hands. Let's step it to the top of the mat. As you arrive, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Swing your arms out and up. And exhale, the hands home to the heart. Let's lift. We'll shift the weight to the right and lift the left knee. So we'll come into staff. Really keep that leg lifted. And from staff, we're going to push the hands back like a cape. Come into another warrior three, another modification. And let's float back and forth. How about we go from goddess, arms, to cape. Reach back. Let's do three more. Two more. Last one. Now this time as you come into this warrior three modification, drop the fingers down there towards the mat and lift that left leg coming into standing split. I'll bring the left foot up next to the right, bend your knees, lift halfway now, lengthen and fold. Pull the feet away from each other, arms out and up. And hands home to the heart. Second side, weight to the left. Staff with the right knee. Goddess arms, goddess-ish arms. Then we'll take, it's like a cape. Warrior three. I feel like Superman when I do this. And back up. And notice balance, left and right. Let's do three more. Two more. Ah. And this last one, we'll fold. Lifting the right leg, standing splits. Bring the hands to the mat, step back and plank. We're going to hold plank for 5 breaths. So set this up, spread your fingers wide. Shift the weight so the shoulders are over the wrists or maybe a little further forward of the wrist. 3 more breaths. Drop your knees. Bring your big toes to touch. Walk your knees wide. Let's take a nice wide child's pose. Wiggle the fingers, circle the wrists. And breathe. Swing your legs forward. We'll come into Dandasana, staff pose. Legs in line with hips. Flex the toes towards the knees. Reach back. Open through the chest. So shoulder blades come towards the spine. Lean back. Line the ears up with the shoulders, then push down into the mat, lifting the ribs up and away from the pelvis. Now keep that lightness. Come up into a seated position on the sit bones. Then decide if you need to bend your knees. I usually do just a bit. Reach up with the arms. Roll those little fingers towards each other. Fold at the hips and bow forward. And bring the hands to the feet, to the shins, and breathe. Up and down the spine. And now rise up again. Bring the hands behind you. Bend the knees. We're going to lift into an upside down table. So as you inhale, lift your sit bones up, lift the hips up, and keep your gaze towards your knees. Nice opening through the front chest, through the deltoids. Feel this a little in my biceps too. And then exhale down. Now extend the right leg long. Keep that left knee bent. We're going to come up on the sit bones here, like we want to stand on the left foot. Let's twist this. Take the right elbow, wrap it. Take the left hand behind you. And again, think about low back first, and then rib cage spine, so shoulders, and then gaze. Unwind. We're going to take the right leg a little past the midline, cross the left foot over, come up onto the sit bones again. Nice neutral spine. Maybe you stay here or maybe you take another twist. Now unwind, but keep the left ankle crossed. We're going to lean back and come into a seated number 4. You decide how deep you want to take this. It can be fun to try to balance here too. And then unwind. Take another Dandasana. So reach up and fold. Now lean back in this shape, keep the legs long. You can return to your upside down table, or we're gonna take this into an upside down plank. So I'm pointing my toes now and lift. Trying to come towards the soles of both feet. And if you lift your gaze, just keep your head in line with your shoulders. If that's kind of tough, you can look down at your toes. Pay attention to the wrists. Where are you pressing your weight into? And then exhale down. Bend the right knee. Now flex the left foot. And come up on the sit bones. Let's take our twist. Unwind. Left leg past midline. Right ankle crosses over. Find the sit bones. And then maybe a twist. We'll take our number 4 on this side. Once you get here, maybe you want to play around with hanging onto your shin and balancing a little. And then unwind the legs, legs wide. Let's take an Upavista Konasana. Fall forward at the hips, leading with the heart. And then inhaling, rise up. Come back down to the back. And bring your arms out in the shape of a T. Bend your knees. We're going to swing the knees up so we can shift the hips to the right. So lift and shift. Now drop your knees to the left. See if you can keep the knees stacked. You can even bring that right arm up, stack it on the left. Keeping the knees stacked, now slide your right arm up, the left arm across your chest and over to the floor. Take the gaze to the right. And keep the feet on the floor as you come back to your spine. Lift the hips. You can swing your legs up for this. Now lift. And back to a neutral spine, so right down the center of the mat. I'll take the second side. So swing, lift to the left. Let's bring the left arm over as the knees come over. Stack the hands and keep the knees stacked as you slide that left arm up and across the chest and open. And breathe. Keep the feet on the floor. Bring the hips back to the center of the mat. Let's take a happy baby here or anything else that you might need before we settle into Shavasana. And then find your shape to relax for a few moments of stillness. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Feeling the rise and fall of the chest. Feeling the rise and fall of the belly. And bring your hands to your belly and deepen your breath. See how big you can make the belly with your inhale. And then soften on your exhale. Start to open your eyes here, blinking, looking up there at the ceiling. And then a nice good morning stretch. Maybe you have a yawn. And find your way to your right side. And blink another few times. And find your way to an upright seat. Well, I hope you get the rest of the day off. If not, have a good one. Thanks for joining me this Monday, the 5th of July. Let's swing our arms up. Grab some of that stillness up there and draw it to the heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. 7 a.m. Cardio, Tone, and Strength Wednesday. 7 a.m. Friday, another yoga class. Have a great week.